I have to try and snipe him at least once. Nice haircut, thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like maybe this is why he had a huge stream before. Isn't it? We're not walling? Oh, this guy's Protoss. Should I snipe him with Protoss or Zerg? It says Zerg practice week. Terran versus Zerg practice week. What does that mean, Terran versus Zerg practice week?
Blind Zealot. It's always fun.
Blind Zealot. I mean, it's pretty standard opening to open with the Zealot. My Zerg, I think, is not very great right now, though, to be honest. I mean, in general, my skill level is a bit bad right now. Who wins ASL? Soma. Soma's got to be like a 60-40 favorite, man. Those are the, you know, I mean, I would still bet on Flash with good odds. Yeah, he's definitely cooking up some nasty shit, but like Soma is a different beast, and TVZ is a different beast. If you guys remember, like, well, I don't like bringing up historical stuff, but you guys realize, like, the only matchup Flash has ever really lost in consistently is versus Zerg, like, even in major finals and stuff like that. TVZ is very hard. TVZ is probably his worst matchup, so... And then Soma is just very, very, very good at ZVT. So, like... Why is he getting range? This is the most retarded looking setup I've ever seen. Like, how does this even happen? What am I looking at? By the way, like, getting range is like, maybe it was a concept in like 2006 or something, but you should never, ever, 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 if you have to get range to defend, the game is already over. You always defend your bunker with tanks. Never with marine range. It's like an archaic concept back when people were dog shit. And the maps were, oh, he has a proxy robo. It just makes no sense. I mean, the idea is that, like, the academy, it doesn't matter. Even if the bunker is placed, like, getting range is just really, really bad. It's like a big resource dump for no reason. No, I just remember there was a time where people were getting, like, there's probably, so if you want to think about it, like, essentially, if you're in some kind of, like, factory expand versus some, like, goon range expansion, I mean, I don't know why he's complaining. This is very standard response. versus Rax expand.
This guy is so cheesy, and he's always on a new ID every time I play him. Every time. Every fucking time I play him, he's on a new ID. There's something wrong with these kids' brains.
Yeah, he's a carrier cheeser.
Extremely lucky. Extremely lucky.
Lucky, it's luck sack, man. Luck box. Luck box. Oh my god, I can't tap back in! Why? Why does it log out randomly? What the fuck?
Drugi. Hope you're well, man.
What the fuck?
Protoss just gets way too many free wins.
Oh, this guy's gonna leave for sure. I mean, I don't know how you don't leave this game. It's turn rate 12 extra high. I mean...
Not enough minerals.
I think we just exit, no?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
We're just sitting in this game, like...
Not enough minerals.
He's just...
Not enough minerals.
I should coach Artie? No, he would never... He would never do that.
Enough minerals.
This feels like a Chinese guy that's on a VPN or something. Like, this is
Not
insane.
enough minerals.
Why is he trying to play this game? I don't get it.
Minerals. Not enough minerals.
What is this Sim City, man?
Not enough minerals.
Why are we building our depot there? Does anyone know? Why aren't we boosting? We've got like 450 APM, but we're not boosting.
Required. Not enough minerals.
Is the depot there so we send the SCV up? When does this gas go down?
Not enough minerals.
140, 141. 141 gas. Why?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Oh, this is TVT, no? Is it versus Protoss or Terran? I'm trying to snipe Artosis. Are we gonna 17 factory? I'm surprised. When, yo, we need to put our factory down. 233. 233 factory.
Minerals. Not enough minerals.
What am I looking at?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
And then we're making 2 Marines and we're mining gas with the SCV. I mean, I don't get how we play this game every single day, but we haven't learned to boost. Like, it's very strange to me. It's like the most important. Honestly, when I teach, like when I coach or when I teach players that are like close to getting out of A rank, basically, I teach them just how important it is to, if you want to consistently win against players that are worse than you have to you have to boost, like you have to optimize, like you have to start building micro advantages from the beginning, like play tight. The reason why is because when you play tight, you restrict what your opponent can do. That's how top level players can have consistent games. If people weren't tight, anything could happen in the games. You know, if you just kind of play passively, you don't interact with your opponent, all that time your opponent could be doing anything in the fog of war. But the more your builds are tight, the tighter your macro is, the tighter your timings are, the more indirectly it forces your opponent to also be tight. Because if you hit a certain supply timing attack, then your opponent has to have a certain type of build order to stop it. If you don't hit your timings, then the game becomes like a jumbo shit show. And so even in the early game, TVT early game, like I remember Artosis, you know, last year, was it last year or 2 years ago, when there was all these lands and then we kept seeing each other at lands, and then he would always come up to me and he would tell me, like, he would, you could see he was like hiding, he's got like this childlike face, you know, he's like hiding something. He's like all serious, you know, he thinks he's playing these mental games, like mind games before we play the tournaments and stuff. And he's like trying to tell me like he's prepared stuff. And like in my mind, I just know it really doesn't matter what he's practiced, because time and again, the reason I win is because everything I do is tighter. I literally just win by having a faster tank poking him, or by having, you know, the vulture timings. Like, I win in the build order stage every single time. And so he's sitting there like trying to figure out like how he should play and stuff, but I really don't care. I really don't care, because he's not boosting. It's that impactful, guys. But he refuses to do the most impactful thing. Exploded. You're trash. Damn, I think tonight's gonna be a crazy night.
I don't even know why I play on Undead. Like, it's such a fucking gross waste of time. Just pure gamble at all moments.
So I wonder if he's talking about himself or.
Your forces are under attack. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I'm pretty sure his opponent said, "But you're playing well." I don't know if he meant Artie's playing well or he's playing well.
Your forces are under attack.
Damn, he's doing pianos build. Well, whatever. See, for example, like stuff like this, the best counter is
No, he's just fucking literally trash.
trash.
Yes, of course he's on one base. What the fuck?
the way you play against stuff like this is you really need tight build orders. I mean, sometimes it is very
Dumbest shit in the whole world.
sometimes this type of stuff is very random though. Like there's not.
Great start to the day. Great start. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Roya, that'd be so funny, man. Maybe you should do it, Roya. That thoughts? The thing is, I don't think I'm good enough to smack him right now consistently on my Zerg, so the risk with the snipe is that I might give him his mojo back if I don't play well. Because honestly, like anyone can talk about the game. Talking about the game is a lot like, it's a lot like other things in life. We can make stories up about anything. Anything that happens, we can make stories up. And especially StarCraft, you can bring an analysis, any kind of superficial analysis you can make can sound very smart. The bottom line is playing the actual bottom line is playing the game and the game's results being played out in front of your eyes. That's the actual thing. So a lot of people can talk about that, and this is like as I've played, because when I was younger, I was also very enamored by people who are good at talking about and analyzing games, you know. But as I've played a lot and as I've gone better, I've realized that most of the people that talk a lot and only talk don't know what they're talking about. And the truth is, like, the only time anyone really knows what they're talking about is because they've experienced it, you know? That's why, like, even in games, sometimes in tournament games, and there's not, like, Brood War, there's a wide range of ways to play, to be honest. And the meta does converge towards certain styles, but I wouldn't say all styles are exhausted. But when everyone plays the same styles over and over, the same games, it's easier to map the territory and chart what's going on. And therefore, it's also easier to talk about it. So, like, when you guys watch me cast a lot of, like, if I cast any kind of Terran game that looks standard, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen before it happens. Why? Because everyone plays the same way, and I've played those situations thousands of times. The pros have played those situations thousands of times, and it's just kind of getting, like, repeated over and over. But the moment I cast, let's say, like a matchup that I'm less familiar with, I can't provide the same level. You might think it's precision, but it's also kind of just boring because it's just the same thing over and over. Whereas sometimes when there's new styles that come out, for example, in TVZ right now, like a lot of people are doing two-port, a lot of people are doing like tech builds, and those aren't really explored as much. So you can't always anticipate like what's going to happen because like the whole community as a whole has like less structure built up, like less framework built on those situations. And so you can sit around and like kind of speculate and like talk, talk grandly about like this is why people do this is why people do that. But it's mostly just for sure, It's not like chess where computer analyzes all the moves. I mean, chess is very different. Chess is a very different game. I think I've seen there's some positions in chess, no, that like even computers sometimes miss like key concepts because there's so many permutations that like, but it's very rare, right? Chess is very different because chess has it's not I don't think it's necessarily about just perfect information. It's obviously that, but it's also uh, chess. There's limited moves, whereas technically in Brood War there's a wide spectrum of moves because you know a pawn only moves forward like by one square, right? Whereas like a marine could move omnidirectionally. So even the small adjustments like that can impact the game a lot. So that's why it's also a bit not the same. It's not just the information part of it, you know?
All right.
Anyway, so that's why sometimes, actually, when I play a lot of Brood War, I think he's queuing, no? When I play a lot of Brood War, I kind of get a bit bored and burnt out because... Ah, fuck. I suck. Oh my god.
There's the moron again.
That's so funny.
Here he is.
Because I realized that, like,
Dead moron.
you know,
Let's go.
I think people have like a very ephemeral conception of like why a pro is good at StarCraft, and this goes for any game. You imagine like, oh, Flash is like really good at macroing, and he's really good at like he has this. Let's say he has this superhuman ability to like make more units than people, outthink people, blah blah blah. But the real differentiate like StarCraft, like the competitive setting is very structured. Like maps are of a certain type, are of a, like maps are of certain dimensions. You know, there's a certain number of mineral patches. There's a certain number of, like there's a certain layout to the maps. There's a certain layout to the mains, to the naturals, and the things that you ultimately end up getting good at are very small micro interactions. So it's like you'll play 10,000 games just so that you can get a slightly better interaction in like the 3 tank push. Like you're like really trying your best to optimize so that when your 3 tank push hits against Protoss, you do the maximum amount of damage and then you snowball from there. And it's like really like people are really good at these very minute details where like if you were to take some pros out of like let's say you just slap on completely different maps and completely different rules, then it's not like the pros that are dominating would magically continue dominating. You understand? Like, I mean, I'm not saying that they couldn't figure it out eventually too, but I think people don't really see the long-term iterative process and like the micro things that actual good players are good at. They're good at like very minute things. And I mean, it is impressive, but it's also kind of like not as impressive as you guys would think. You know, it's a very drudging kind of process. Could Flash beat Grubby? Honestly, Warcraft 3 is... I don't think you guys understand how much more competitive Brood War is than every other RTS. And the only reason that is because, one, it literally channels the pure autism of Korean culture. Like everything about Korean culture that is autistic, like the hyper competitive nature of it, the highly structured, regimented, hierarchical, like respect driven, like all of that was funneled into Brood War and it had literally the most insane infrastructure for like a decade plus that no other game has had.
Not enough minerals.
So
Forces are under attack.
Grubby's nowhere near Flash's level. I mean, Grubby's like a potato in comparison. We'll never beat Warcraft 3. I mean, you guys should just see how, like, you see how it's just Korea overcompensating. Yeah, Zorp, you have good takes, man. I like it. Anyway, I think every game is very, like, it's not about being a game elitist, by the way. But it's really just, I really think Brood War has is like the most competitive game in the RTS space.
Not enough minerals.
I mean, if you think about it, like, do you guys see how Hera gets invited? Like, how does Hera, like a champion Age of Empires, like multiple champion dominating, let's say people compare Hera to Serral, he gets invited to an RTS Warcraft 3 tournament, and he loses to variety streamers that have never played RTS before. I mean, just let that sit in your mind and think, you know, I had Siki come into my chat the other day and he's like, AoE 2 pros equal Brood War pros. Like, you guys really think that if you took Serral,
Research.
let's say you take Serral, you think if you took like Sulky or Flash and put them in Warcraft 3, they would lose to some fucking like random League of Legends variety streamer? Man, Zorp is like, he's rage baiting. Crazy.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah, I mean, Hearthstone's actually a good, like, a lot of the StarCraft 2 players would. Zorp, it's okay. You can be mad, man. You can be as mad as you want to be. You know, facts don't care about your feelings. I mean, I think SC2 also is a very competitive game. I think it's very close. I think Brood War is still like, the Korean pros are like, in Brood War specifically, are insane. Like, I think the average skill level, but I mean, the SC2, like, a lot of the SC2 players are really insane RTS players. They'd be great at Brood War 2. So, but anyway, both those games are like Warcraft 3 players, I think, are really good. Like, I watch Happy, for example, of course. I watched a lot of Warcraft 3. I actually like Warcraft 3. And there are, I think, again, like, I'm not a game elitist. There's really talented players everywhere. I think what makes games good is the level of general competition. And Warcraft 3 just has no player base. It's like a very small player base. It's like if you take 4 and Brood War, like, I think, for example, Brood War is the hardest game. I mean, Brood War is the most competitive game, I keep saying. But I think 4 and Brood War is complete dog shit. I mean, it's really pathetic. It's not a competitive ecosystem. I mean, no offense. So, I mean, I think there's potentially talented players in it, but like, but I mean, I think we can all. Yeah, I know. I think Warcraft 3 was huge. I think Warcraft 3 players were probably more the non-Korean Brood War players in general sucked ass. I think the Warcraft 3 players from that era were much more competitive and much more talented than most of the Brood War players from that era. Because the Brood War scene outside of Korea was dog shit. But the Brood War scene in Korea, like, is not you cannot compare any game to it. Still, I think StarCraft 2 came close with like the internet, like some of the players that have had like full-time careers competing in tournaments, like they're good, like 100%. But even then, it was not as structured and much more fragmented. So that those are my actual thoughts. Do you guys think it's hot take or no? Well, I'll tell you what game's not competitive. Age of Empires. uh. Oh shit. Exit, are we playing some more games now or? Maybe, honestly, I think if I took this rant and made it into a YouTube video, I would get so much shit. I feel like every take I have, it just doesn't work out. It doesn't work out somehow. Exit, you're working? Dude, if you're F rank, you can do whatever you want, man. I speak the truth all the time, but every time I do, and well, I speak my truth, okay? And every time I do it, it's just, maybe it's too aggressive. Maybe I need to be more diplomatic, you know, more, Yeah, SC2 players are very, very good. They're very great. Like, they're very good RTS players. And they'd be, like, very talented at every other game. So... I think watching Hera struggle in Warcraft 3 is one of the most painful things I've ever seen, because I really don't understand how you can, like... I mean, whatever, you know. I'm being an asshole. But I feel like, you know, for someone who's so successful, it's just kind of surprising, isn't it? Let's see what Exit has to say. My truth is wrong? Maybe. For some reason, you guys enjoy listening to my insane takes while watching Artosis more than me playing Warcraft 3 or laddering Brood War, so maybe this should be my full-time... Maybe I can just be a rage bait streamer reacting to Artosis stream from now on until I go back to Korea. How can something be true and be wrong? Like Thorin? I feel insulted, man. What TL post? Exit. Yeah, Thorn makes money, but like making money is such a low hanging fruit. Do I think Artosis is good, improving hard stuck? I think he's been hard stuck forever, man. I think he's good, but he for some reason he just doesn't optimize his game. Like he doesn't have the sense, like the sense to he doesn't have the killer instinct. Like he doesn't think about tightening build orders and stuff like that. I don't know how to that's like something that is very hard to teach. Like people don't really talk about optimization
Your forces are
much.
attack.
But it's not just like optimization means like everything, like tightening your path, for example, like tightening how your SCVs move, like tightening how your units move. Like when you have a certain timing, as soon as you have the amount of units for that timing, you go, like things like that, like these small things that you have to keep
Upgrade complete.
edging out. He doesn't really do those. He doesn't really play too tightly, but when he plays a long macro game, like it's pretty decent. Like his TVP and his TVT can be pretty good. Can good mechanics overcome blind spots and insight of production? Mechanics are like mechanics as a concept shouldn't really be separated from like decision making and stuff like that. People like to think they're two different things, but for example, when you know, okay, let's say you open with like a Reaver build or something like that. When you know the tempo of the game, when Terran pushes out, when your Reaver comes out, when Terran has this and that, it's easier to micro your Reaver because you know what you need to focus on. Like you know how to exit. You have to know how to execute the micro in order to do it.
One base all in game.
And there, like, it's not really about being fast
Command center first.
Upgrade complete.
or whatever. It's about being at the right place at the right time, using the right technique. And in my opinion, that's mechanical, but it's also like
No
decision
control,
making.
anything normal at all whatsoever.
Should I join OP Artosis? No, he's not on West. Suboptimal composition and production choice? I'm not quite sure what your question is, Sensu Lander, because are you asking me assuming someone understands the basic metas, like the basic strategies of like the basic meta strategy of the game, or someone who's learning the game? Because if you're in the learning process, like if you're a complete beginner, then the difference between a beginner and an intermediate player is just standard meta knowledge. And in that case, like in general, the answer to your question is no amount of decision making will fix that.
Brood War is the hardest game of all time. It matters what you're doing. If you're doing crazy Zerg,
But
one base
if you
all in,
mean when people are
Tiddlywinks is harder than that.
operating within the meta of the game, which is like,
And actually
by
get-
the way,
yeah, it's the hardest game.
I think the reason why Brood War is very hard compared to other games is because the skill floor for playing meta Brood War is insanely high because of the mechanical requirement, whereas every other game is much more accessible, so you can get to that meta strategy with less amount of technique. Brood War has an exorbitant amount of technique required for you to even start thinking in meta terms. And that's what, like, it's very, very difficult to get to that point. So already, if you can play Brood War, like meta Brood War, you're pretty much a competitive player in any other RTS game. Like you're like the equivalent of like a grandmaster in whatever other fucking game you play. In my opinion. This guy's not queuing, he's just staring at his chat. For example, it's very hard to teach TVZ. Because people look at TVZ and they look at SK Terran. But, like, SK Terran, like, the way TVZ functions is so purely tempo driven. And to explain that to someone who's learning the game is impossible. So that's why, if you're learning the game, you should most likely just play mech and stuff. And I would say, like, every other RTS game is kind of in that ballpark of, like, no other RTS game has, like, the insane asymmetries that Brood War has. Like, and no other RTS game has, like, the insane skill floor you need to play Terran. So I think if you learn to play Terran, Eskia, man. Oh my god, how did I not queue into him again, man? Eskia, you're so annoying. Ace Clan, man. Oh, I should random verse him, that's right. Eskia is just like a rage baiter, like, I don't know. He's weird. He's a weird guy. Tempo. The problem with tempo in Brood War is that it's way harder to grasp tempo in Brood War because it's way harder to get to the point where your execution is good enough that tempo matters. That's what that's the difference. Like, I think that's what people don't get. Like, that's what game developers have been doing for the past, like, X amount of years, is they try to streamline. They try to make games so accessible that you don't need to develop any amount of technique to play them. Like, everyone can kind of get to the main optimal ways of playing fairly quickly. But I think it's hard to feel that in a game like Brood War. It's hard to feel that because it's so asymmetrical and it's so hard. There aren't enough potato players in Brood War. Is that true? I've seen a lot of... I don't know. I think there's a lot of people playing this game, though. The problem with, like, Brood War... Like, getting into Brood War is so difficult because it really is fucking miserable and dog shit and imbalanced until you get really good. I mean, there's still, like, 90% of Terrans in the non-Korean space still complain about Terran vs. Protoss when it's, like, insanely Terran favored. And I know why. It's very hard to play Terran vs. Protoss until a certain point. But do you guys know how you guys know how much time you have to put in until that becomes the case? Like, do you know how hard it is to get to the point where TVP feels playable? That's like what that's what Brood War is in general, in my opinion. Like, the game takes so long until you get to a point where it feels playable. Unless you're Protoss, then you just kind of win. You just kind of win when you're new as Protoss. But you know, that's why Protoss doesn't make great players. Bandit Zerg, nice man. Glad to hear that. Compared to Dota 2, crackhead APM spam. I don't even think like I don't know what that's not even true. I think StarCraft 2 is more APM spam. Brood War is not even that high APM, man. It's just pure technique. Damn, man, I'm getting rage baited. Rage bait. I tried playing ladder for the first time. It's literally pointless. The only games I've won were levers. Yeah, I think the ladder for Brood War is very fucking bad. Outside of Korea. This game is basically a Korean game at this point. Like, you guys, like, you guys know, like, Korean MMOs. Like, if you're playing Brood War, you're basically playing a Korean MMO. Like, you get what you sign up for. You gotta find your little communities and play. You gotta play with your friends, and that'll make this game much better, much better experience. I mean, you can PvE in Brood War. Just do your build against the AI. This guy hasn't expanded. We need to put down an eBay right away. It's very slow. But we did good. We did good to scout all the proxy locations, so it's most likely not proxy DT. Anyway, so that's my rant. It's very elitist rant or what? I think Koreans are just fucking ham, man. Like, no, I mean Protoss is, dude. I mean Protoss is the hardest race at the top level. It is unironically hard. Like, PvT is insanely hard. It's PvT is unironically an insanely hard matchup. Like, no joke. I'm not trolling. But the problem is, what I'm saying is that, like, I think one got past. What I'm saying is that, like, because Protoss is so easy to learn, it often makes worse players that get hard stuck at some point. How do I manage tilt? What do you mean, man? I tilt on stream all the time. Honestly, the best way to manage tilt is to just smash your keyboard and then feel really bad about it. Just, what do you mean? I wasn't implying you're hard stuck, man. I'm just saying. Honestly, everyone tilts, man. The most important part, everyone tilts. I've seen people tilt. I've tilted. I've tilted off Discords, I've tilted off, you know, everything you could imagine. I think I've seen other people do the same. Ultimately, you just have to accept that you're gonna tilt, and the bottom line is, when you get that feeling of quitting, and then you really tell yourself you're gonna quit, you're like, fuck this game, I'm miserable, but then eventually, a couple days, you come back. I think that's how you manage tilt. I think you just don't, you pick yourself back up from your lowest of lows and you keep trying. And that's how you manage tilt. You tilt, you feel miserable, you process it, and then you try again. And if you do that enough times, you will get progress. And then no matter how much progress you've made, you will still not escape those feelings. They will still happen because they're part of being human. No, I think to be honest, like when I was, it's a very weird relationship because when I was playing a lot of Brood War in Korea, part of me does get fatigued, like especially my dumb ADHD brain, like I do get bored. But also when I play a lot and I feel everything flowing better and I feel myself playing as well as I've ever played, that is a very satisfying feeling. Like that is a very satisfying feeling. But then it's difficult to manage because then sometimes you got to ask yourself also like why are you playing games? Like are you playing games to chase a feeling? Because the feeling is always up and down. Like some ladder sessions will work out great for you, some ladder sessions will not work out great for you. When they work out great for you, and I'm speaking from experience, you can easily feel on top of the world, like everything's going well. You're putting the work into something, you're trying to get better, and you're getting that feedback, you're getting the positive feedback, and you're happy. But then what happens when the sessions go poorly, and then you start kind of like judging yourself for it, and you start being very negative towards yourself, and that's why people often, I think, myself included, when you get in that tilt zone, and then you really want to get out of it by like just winning a game, because ultimately what you're chasing is that feeling of like winning. I think that's both like the gift and the curse of like, a lot of the things we do in life. Like we all chase that feeling, but it's also the thing that can destroy us. So that's why it's good to have some balance in your life. Play some Brood War, but when it gets too much, walk away, take a break. I don't know if that makes sense. Catch up on some build orders and stuff. Honestly, there's no real good place to catch up on build orders. You kind of have to watch. There's some guides. There's some resources. Depends on what skill level you are. I think there's some discords you can join. But as for myself, like, for example, I'm playing Warcraft 3. The way I do it is, I mean, there's Seawall. Honestly, one of the best things you could do is just watch Seawall replays. Like, the way I do it in Warcraft 3 is I'll watch a couple of VODs, but then I'll also just watch, like, the Flow TV replays. So, like, the replays of people playing that aren't pros. They're just, like, the people laddering there. I'll watch players slightly above my skill level. I'll watch players, like, at my skill level. I'll just kind of see, like, the more you watch, I think you really just need, I mean, it's like learning a language. It's like learning anything in life, just the more input, the more familiar you get with it, the more it starts making sense. And I think when you're new, like the hardest part is that things don't make sense. They're not intuitive because you haven't played enough. You kind of need to learn the language of the game. And to do that, you need to just expose yourself as much as possible to it. So watch it a lot. Watch a lot of games, play a lot of games, but especially watch a lot of games, I think is very important. I don't think there's people want like a very what's it called? Like a very easy fix like where's a guide I can use and just learn everything, but those don't really exist. I mean, they could. Um, they could exist if there's like a lot of people working on it and getting paid and stuff for it, but um just you can come here and then maybe you can I would even go down the pages. Let's see, page 100. Oh, you have to go down even more. Page 200, let's say. Oh, even more. Page 1000. Oh my god, and you're only in B rank. Then just keep going down. Go down to your level. Page 2000 maybe. Maybe it's page 2000? C rank. Maybe you can go down to page 5000? Page 5000, you get F rank. You can watch some F rank games, see what people are doing. Copy them. Copy someone who's a bit above your skill level. I don't think it's always good to watch my very own F to S. My F to S is probably outdated, man. If I were to record it again, I would probably do it differently. I don't even know what I say in that anymore. It's intimidating starting over. What if you're not as good? Well, let me tell you, you're not as good as you were. But who cares? People are caught up there's a lot of people there's a lot of people that aren't as good as they were. But it's like yeah, Hawk F to S is good too. But it's like imagine if you haven't been to the, if you used to be jacked and like you haven't been to the gym in forever and then you tell yourself, I'm not going to the gym because what if I'm not as strong as I used to be? But like, why are you going to the gym? You know? Why do you want to play Brood War? Like, if you just want to play the game because you want to play the game, then what does it matter? In fact, I would say it's very hard for you to not become better than what you were in this game, because if you played it a long time ago, like now there's just the skill level is so much higher, there's so many more resources, the information is all over the place. Like if you can't get better than what you were like several years ago, even like a decade ago, then there's a big problem. Already improving bit by bit, man. I mean, he's playing well this game. The problem is we're playing turn rate 10. This is like unplayable.
Your forces are under attack.
I mean, he's obliterating this Protoss. Like, there's no there's no chance for this guy. There's no chance.
Forces are under attack.
Peak Korea art, dude. Peak Korea Artosis was like the funniest fucking. It was like god tier. You ever watch his old Rage clips? They're so fucking good.
Upgrade complete.
Like, and he cared so much. It was like such a different beast, man.
Your forces are under attack.
It's Flash.
Is it Flash, dude, or is it I love cock?
Speaking of rage, when's the next Japanime stream?
What do you mean?
Your forces are under attack.
Erickson, thank you.
Mounting illusion. Your forces are under attack.
Bro, if we lose, I mean, there's no way we lose, because the problem is we're like mega giga rich and Protoss is mega giga poor. But if we lose this game somehow, I'll be shocked. I mean, it'll be like an impressive feat. Since I dusted my pillow off, yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under attack.
This kind of game is
Add-on complete.
kind of a problem though, because we're not really doing anything, and if Protoss just recalls bottom left, we have no defense bottom left. If we lose bottom left at some point, and we just counterattack, and it doesn't work out, we could lose this game, but like... also, I don't know, why are our upgrades 1-1? And we have no vessels, and Protoss has 4 arbiters and had double forge, so I feel like Protoss is like 2-3 now, and we're 1-1. We're actually throwing this game.
Your forces are under attack. Illusion.
I actually think Protoss is like 2-3. His units are just fucking blasting through us.
Adding illusion. Your forces are under attack.
Why are we making SCVs? Dude, making factories at bottom left isn't gonna help us. We don't have vessels! What am I looking at? How are we losing this game? Protoss just lost all his units, though. You know how expensive goons are? No, I don't know. I think Protoss lost so many units there, though. I really think Protoss is like giga poor. I think he also lost 2 arbiters. That's really bad for Protoss. Problem for Protoss is like when Terran gets this middle position, even if bottom left is undefended and it's the biggest liability, like if Protoss just recalls once there and just cancel like denies 2 command centers, that would be a massive win. But when the entire Terran army is like in the middle of the map, that means like a counterattack comes right like extremely fast, and that can just end the game. So, especially if you recall a whole like control group plus. So this is why the situation is very hard for Protoss. Like he would like to attack bottom left. He doesn't have like Protoss. Protoss is just dead, man. Like he's really fucking cooked. Like he's so far behind. But I mean, our composition is just not good, and we don't have good upgrades. We're making a bunch of... Okay, see, like, we need to bring all the units that we have in the middle of the map. Actually, we just... I think we're throwing all of our units. We have no more money. I don't know, Terran has so much. I feel like I have to run mental gymnastics to like find a way for Protoss to win this game. Like I have to it's like some real hopium. Like it's very, very hard hopium. It's like some of the strongest hopium you can inhale. Alright, 420 Swag Lord Maximus. Dude, I kind of want a burger. I mean, we're like kind of throwing, like we're constantly bleeding units for no real reason. It's just we're so like one thing that he did well is expand and saturate all his bases. So he's like playing like a fastest map basically. He's mining like an insane amount non-stop with like a lot. He has like probably more factories than the Protoss has gateways, which is insane. So that's why it's very hard for Terran to lose. And like Terran units are just better than Protoss units. So it's like all these combined, like. But the thing is, his upgrades are still dog shit, I think. No, he has 2-2 now. So now his upgrades are decent too. Protoss could like potentially be 3-3. We haven't really checked Protoss's upgrades at all. Not that it really matters, you know. Because even if you know Protoss's upgrades, it doesn't really change your decision making, you know? It's like if you click the Protoss unit and you see they have a bunch of upgrades, you're just thinking to yourself that you're gonna get ass fucked harder. I feel like the roles are reversed. Like Protoss is actually playing Terran right now. His units, his army is like so much stronger. Terran's just trying to like out expand. Or I really want to see Protoss's upgrades, man. I hope we randomly misclick a goon at some point or a zealot. It's very important to me. I don't know if we started +3. Let's see. I could probably when he has +2, and how much damage is stuff taking? Wait, do goons? How many? Do goons one-shot mines at some point? Or no? No, right? Mines have 40 HP, no? I don't know why I'm asking this dumb question. That's the dumbest question I've ever asked, never mind. Dude, actually, the Protoss units are so fucking strong. They're just not dying. Mines have 20 HP? Is it? That's what I thought. Okay. He clicked the zealot? No, he didn't. When? Looked like 2-2? Was it? You guys pay more attention than I do. I'm retarded. I mean, the thing with like evaluating also the efficiency of upgrades is that there's so much random splash damage that happens in the fights as well, and like there's so many units that are bruised that like, oh my god, dude, these fights from Protoss are fucking crazy. He's just walking all those zealots into the tanks. Honestly, like this is the kind of situation like no matter how well Protoss can fight,
Not enough minerals.
Terran is just the better race. Like their units are just way better at this point. Like they're way stronger. When you have such a overwhelming macro advantage as Terran, like it's literally impossible for Protoss to outtrade you. Yeah, I don't know. He has a lot of units all over the place. Like those two factories at the bottom left are like. I mean, the thing is, once you're 3-3, you 3-3 like mech gets so fucking strong that you actually don't even want all your tanks in one spot on the map, but he's constantly fighting with too little supply. But like right now, like now his army is 3-3, so it's actually just incinerating the Protoss.
Not enough energy.
I mean, it's literally, I mean, it's impossible for Protoss to win this game.
Your forces are under attack.
I don't know why this game ever looked close. No, that's it. Protoss is about to tap out. You know, it's really funny because like if you're like an avid Artosis watcher, I feel like at right about this point, you're really just praying somehow that Protoss has 12 carriers somewhere. Like it's impossible, but like there's always that hope, you know, deep inside. You're really hoping that somehow he still loses the game. Like somehow he just Protoss materializes fucking 12 carriers out of thin air. I'm still hoping. Like I know this game's totally over by any metric of imagination, but I'm just hoping somehow something happens. Like still right now, I'm just hoping that those were carriers.
Okay. Thank you.
Your forces are under attack.
See, for example, this game, I would say it wasn't the cleanest game from Artosis, but it shows you like his strength. I mean, he's good at macroing. Like he took the whole map. He like he's been macroing very well. You know, he keeps expanding. He takes the whole map. He takes these fights like pretty decently. The problem is he never has like very technical pushes. Like if we had better technique, we could have ended this game. Yama push. Is this guy talking about his fucking mom's pussy? Oh, Shiba.
Upgrade complete.
I just want to get him!
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Don't
Upgrade
call it no
complete.
defense.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
He was talking about my mom's girly parts.
Noctilus, what's up? So did Hera win versus what's that guy's name? Optimus Prime? I don't even know the guy's name. He's just this random fucking League streamer. Yamato Cannon, that guy. Yamato Cannon, that's his name. Yamato Cannon, that's right. Did he win versus Yamato Cannon?
It's an excellent copy pasta.
Oh my god, I hate you, cocksucker. Let's see.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Dramatic. 6.5 seconds. And get his high value units.
Energetic.
Be champion and let's reign.
Damn, 3-2? Oh my god, I can't believe he managed to beat the variety streamers. That's crazy. You honestly can't have a big like. It's just.
Grubby may be looking for collabs in their AoE 2 and Warcraft 3 spaces. Don't want to distract. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got invited to Grubby's tournament before, but I passed up on it. Thanks, Jam. Good to see you, man. I hope you had a good weekend.
Why would our this guy in his YouTube chat is like,
I love just how fucking long it is.
does Buccaneer still snipe him? I'm gonna send this to Oystein. People are thinking about you still.
Is it the reverse Splumpkin? Foot is on the skip pedal. Oh. Of course.
Oh, it's because he's listening to Donos. But on the clean feed, it just looks like he's doing nothing.
Snack cupboard and grabbed a fruit roll up. Thank you, Jam.
Oh, now he's gonna AFK. Should I go pee too? I'll try and pee. Ah!
Hot in here. Out that window. All right, onwards. That I was too sloppy with the attack. Thanks.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
I've been teal every game tonight, haven't I? What is the odds of that even?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I think he's watching my stream and he kind of just knows when I walk away.
Minerals.
He's like sniping my snipe.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I'm nothing like Hans Niemann, but I do like him.
Not enough minerals.
Well, we're similar in some Hans Niemann is like he wishes he could be me eventually. I'm like an old, mature, unsuccessful Hans Niemann.
Additional supply
I haven't been
depots
walling in
required.
lately because I was getting 4-pooled a lot, but I haven't been
Not
getting
enough
4-pooled lately.
minerals.
So I'm gonna wall in and then I'm gonna get 4-pooled. That's the plan.
Not enough minerals.
Hans Niemann is like he's still young and consumed by competition, you know. He's still young and thinks that the meaning of life is purely competition. He hasn't unshackled himself from the worldview that made him very competitive as a person. If he ever does that, then we'd be similar, I would say. Hans Gruber. I might ban Langasm, man.
Don't build it. Instead, just turn around and go home. Don't even give me a fucking explanation. Don't even say can't build there. Just don't do anything. Just fucking go home.
The guy from Die Hard. I wish, dude. Alan Rickman's fucking awesome.
Additional supply depots required.
Do I look like an evil mastermind to you? Why? I look like a... Like, I shouldn't even...
Not enough minerals.
I think so.
The problem with Twitch chat is that it's like...
Trucked my whole,
It's like a lot of... You know when kids throw tantrums to get attention, like that's what you guys are. Like, you only know how to get my attention by being complete fucking inbreds. I mean, I don't know.
Additional supply depots required.
I mean, can't you guys be like all more positive sometime? Or I don't know, like more, like just, I don't know. Just not as degenerate, or... You know what I find amazing is Artosis has played every single game Artosis has played tonight has been like turn rate 12. Eskia, I've updated my power rankings, and you're at the top of it, like by far. Like I think you're in your own tier at this point. Really.
Not enough minerals.
You should be proud of yourself. Blackman PL, hello. Blackman PL, Siema, you're my favorite Polish person, I think. I generally don't think very highly of Polish people, but you're like a very
Forces are under attack.
positive, you're very
Complete.
awesome. You're a very awesome Polish person.
Complete.
No, I know several Polish people. You're 1 out of like 5. Yeah, kurwa, kurwa.
Not enough minerals.
How was Korea? It was very good. I had to come home early, but I'm gonna go back in a couple. I'm gonna go back as soon as possible. Maybe in a month or in a couple months, but I'll be back.
Not enough energy. Upgrade complete. Additional supply depots required. Your forces are under attack.
Sometimes I wonder, like, maybe we're better. I feel like the average Twitch viewer would actually be. I don't think they would last in this chat, to be honest. I think, like, the Brood War watchers are, like, a subcategory of, like, insane people.
Additional supply depots required. Your forces are under attack.
I'm trying to snipe Artosis, but I'm failing. Dude, the Zerg is actually kind of pog.
Not enough minerals.
Why do we have 2 factories and 2 Raxes? Does anyone know? Yeah, I always dream about Artosis. It's always wet dreams.
Research complete.
Games take forever, I feel like. Godlike Paragon, thank
Or
you.
is it I love cock?
It's an unusual combination.
Oh, we're like switching to mech, which is an interesting idea.
Additional supply depots required. Your forces are under attack. Not enough
I mean, I think this is an interesting idea.
Not enough
I
minerals.
feel like it's one of his better ideas.
Not enough minerals. Your forces are under attack. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
He can't afford this many factories though. Like, he's jacking his build up so hard. He just put down a starport so he could start +2, like 2-2 on time. Why are we trying still getting more factories?
Want my factory there.
We haven't even started our Vulture upgrades. Like, what are these factories gonna do for us?
I have to have it there because he won't move.
I think anything can work because this Zerg seems to have the worst builder on planet Earth.
Landing sequence interrupted.
The problem is, we saw the guy build a spire. We have no anti-air. But I mean, I guess with the bunk, I don't know.
Upgrade complete.
It's very unlikely that Zerg would just make a bunch of sorry,
Upgrade complete.
Zerg mutas. Okay, I'm gonna go play some games. Why does this keep happening? Sorry guys, I'm cutting the fun short. Eskia, man. You're like a bald, four-eyed cunt, and I still have 20/20 vision. So, are you really in a position to tell me what to do with my eyes? It's that picture with the plane. What's the picture with the plane?
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비
서플라이
완료.
디포가 부족합니다. 미네랄이
SCB 준비
부족합니다.
완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB
아군이
준비 완료.
공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
부속 건물 완성.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
연구 완료.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝.
부속 건물 완성. 업그레이드 완료.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비
서플라이
완료.
디포가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. SCB 준비
아군이
완료.
공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다.
연구 완료. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
I'm so rusty, man.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비
서플라이
완료.
디포가 부족합니다.
거긴 못 치겠는데요.
미네랄이
SCB 준비
부족합니다.
완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
베스핀 가스가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 한번 붙어볼까요, 송이? SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 붙어볼까요, 송이? 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 한번 붙어볼까요, 송이? 우와, 다 덤벼!
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝.
부속 건물 완성.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 우와, 다 덤벼! SCB 준비 완료.
베스핀 가스가 부족합니다. 연구 완료. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
베스킨 가스가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝.
미네랄이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
업그레이드 완료. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
베스킨 가스가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 거긴 못 치겠는데요.
기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
연구 완료.
No robotics.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비
서플라이
완료.
디포가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 베스핀 가스가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 한판 붙어볼까요, 송이? SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 거긴 못 치겠는데요. 뭔가 있어요.
아군이
SCB 준비
공격받고
완료.
있습니다.
한판 붙어볼까요, 송이? SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
부속 건물 완성.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 SCB 준비 완료.
What the fuck? Who's messaging me on Steam?
준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 연구 완료.
SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고
SCB 준비
있습니다.
완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 거긴 못 치겠는데요.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 업그레이드 완료.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝.
공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝.
부속 건물 완성.
SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. 준비 완료.
연구 완료. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료.
부속 건물 완성.
준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
골리앗 가도.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
업그레이드 완료. 미네랄이
SCB
부족합니다.
준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 준비 끝났습니다.
Honestly, I didn't see if both died or just one.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
준비
에너지가
끝났습니다.
부족합니다.
작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
업그레이드 완료.
골리앗 가도.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 골리앗 가도.
부속 건물 완성.
Honestly, that was really good Reaver micro from him.
미네랄이
Honestly, this game he played really well. Yeah, it was pretty done. There's a chance if I got like complacent and unsieged and attacked, he could have broken me there, but I mean I just sat.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
I feel, I mean I'm not like the rustiest, but I feel so rusty. I feel like I'm just now remembering how it was playing this game every day.
SCB 준비 완료.
Some like sharp things that you kind of forget. Like before I would just think about all the Zealot Goon timings,
SCB 준비 완료.
my factory timings. Now I'm doing it, but I barely remember to do it, basically is what I'm trying to say.
SCB 준비
서플라이
완료.
디포가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
The last two games I should have lost though. 100%.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
부속범을 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
That right there is like that's what happens when you can put down a 22 factory and you path the vultures straight into their base. And they have to be tight, like even on defending it. That's the small things that most like outside of Korea people don't really play like that. It's not tight. Not really used to stuff like that. This is like when people
미네랄이 부족합니다.
basically, like, I remember I was playing Jaedong and like his mutas were hitting me from one side, and then before I knew it they were hitting me from another side. Like, once you get really tight at this game, you can start playing faster, and like before you know it, your opponent's forcing you to keep up.
SCB 준비 완료.
Shut your mouth, Eskia.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
This is also why turn rate 24 is just way better.
SCB 준비
서플라이
완료.
디포가 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
You can actually do stuff like that. Like if it was If that was turn rate 16 or whatever, or higher, it's impossible to do
미네랄이
that.
부족합니다.
It's impossible. It's literally impossible. So, but isn't it funny how all the non-Korean tournaments are turn rate 16?
SCB 준비 완료.
Don't even play the game.
작업 끝.
Or when we when we used to play Chinese players in turn rate 12 conditions, yeah, that was real StarCraft right there. Real StarCraft.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
베스핀 가스가 부족합니다.
See, for example, this right here is 21 factory.
SCB 준비 완료.
It's fast. If you open Zealot or Nexus first, I'm already advantaged. See?
SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
This is also why Core Zealot is not so good, because
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
you can always get this
SCB 준비 완료.
you can always get this bunker off at the natural. See on this timing?
작업 끝. 작업 끝. 한번 붙어볼까요, 송이? SCB 준비 완료.
I should bring this CP back, to be honest. And then watch how
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
한번 붙어볼까요, 송이?
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
준비 완료. 한번 붙어볼까요, 송이?
okay, well, this was disaster opening from me. The way I used my vulture there was fucking dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. So just don't do what I did.
SCB 준비 완료.
Anything else would have been better there.
준비 끝났습니다.
If I remembered how to do the flash build, I would just open the tank marine here, but I forget how to do it.
SCB 준비 완료.
But the last couple of games we played, Dragon seems to
SCB 준비 완료.
just delay his third because he's
연구 완료.
really trying hard to stay safe and like contest my early game pressure. Whether it's just go Goon Ob straight to my nats
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
or whatever, so I don't want to open with like a tank push because he's already not expanding basically. So tank push is good versus early third, like 630, but anything later is pointless to pressure.
SCB 준비 완료.
It's very risky, the game he's playing right now, because soon I'm gonna have speed.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
I'm just booking it straight into his nat.
부속 건물 완성.
SCB 준비
미네랄이
완료.
부족합니다. 업그레이드 완료.
SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
Okay. Now, in this situation, I don't need siege mode. Why? Because
미네랄이
my
부족합니다.
vultures
공격받고
are
있습니다.
keeping his goons at home, so he can only, if he wants to defend both his net and his third with goons, there's a lot of things, right? 630 third base means he doesn't have like reavers or anything like that, and then he has to defend his bases with goons. He can at most send like 4 goons with obs to my net, but that's not a lot of goons, so I don't, like, I can just defend with my bunker and my tank. And if he sends more, his base is unprotected. Did I miss the transfer?
SCB 준비 완료.
I didn't.
준비 끝났습니다. 거긴 못 치겠는데요.
You see how he has to defend his probes?
준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
Yeah, I'll start siege now. I won't play too greedy. But you see how I started siege
미네랄이 부족합니다.
after my factories?
가스가 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
So this is the small things, like, given this early game now, like, I'm fully confident that I can
미네랄이 부족합니다.
play very aggressively with this 5-pack.
SCB 준비 완료.
Because reaver timing would be 9 minutes.
작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝.
But, like, I'm already gonna push, even though his shuttle's on the way.
연구 완료. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
거긴 못 치겠는데요. 준비 끝났습니다.
업그레이드 완료. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
골리앗 가도. SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. 좋아, 다 덤벼. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 작업 끝. 좋아, 다 덤벼.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
건물 완성. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
좋아, 다 덤벼. 준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 업그레이드 완료. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
좋아, 다 덤벼.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
좋아, 다 덤벼. SCB 준비 완료. 골리앗 가도. 준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
골리앗 가도. 좋아, 다 덤벼. 작업 끝. 거긴 못 치겠는데요. 좋아, 다 덤벼. 좋아, 다 덤벼.
부속 건물 완성.
골리앗 가도. 준비 끝났습니다.
부속 건물 완성.
작업 끝. 골리앗 가도. 작업 끝. 좋아, 다 덤벼.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. 우와, 바탕뼈. 거긴 못 치겠는데요. 작업 끝. 우와, 바탕뼈.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝.
업그레이드 완료. 완성. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
I shouldn't have lost this game. I had like the best opening. I'm so rusty, man.
준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
기지가 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이
Yeah. This build was really good this game, actually. They very dependent on that like snow, so that was good. I should have just had turrets up.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
I was so slow on defending my third. I didn't re-rally my stuff well.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
It kind of worked out for him that he just... I think he wasn't
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
totally paying attention, and so he actually just flew his shuttle into my main without knowing I moved out. I think I don't think that was the
미네랄이 부족합니다.
intended decision, to be honest, but I don't know if he was fast enough to see my move out, because I think most Protoxes that would see that move out at that time would just react to it and defend, because they don't know what they're sending their shuttle into.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 한판 붙어볼까요, 송이? 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
So this looks scary, but
SCB 준비 완료.
Protoss often cuts probes for this,
아군이 공격받고
like 1 or 2
있습니다.
probes or something.
SCB 준비 완료.
So if you just play normally, even though it looks like the Nexus is much faster, you're not really that far behind.
SCB 준비 완료. 한판 붙어볼까요, 송이? SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 한판 붙어볼까요, 송이? 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 시키는데요. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
부속건물 완성. 완성.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝.
부속 건물 완성.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝.
연구 완료.
골리앗 가도.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 골리앗 가도. SCB 준비 완료. 준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
베스핀 가스가 부족합니다. 베스핀 가스가 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료.
Example, this game,
부족합니다.
I shouldn't have,
SCB 준비 완료.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
I should have had my racks and stuff at home. Sorry, on my not blocking. Instead, it's just doing fucking nothing.
준비 끝났습니다.
업그레이드 완료.
골리앗 가도. 작업 끝.
업그레이드 완료.
작업 끝. 작업 끝. 거기 못 치겠는데요. 준비 끝났습니다.
베스핀 가스가 부족합니다. 업그레이드 아반이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝.
연구 완료.
준비 끝났습니다.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝.
공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 에너지가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 업그레이드 완료.
준비 끝났습니다.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 구성범을 완성. 아군이 미네랄이 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
다 덤벼. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
좋아, 다 덤벼.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 좋아, 다 덤벼. 작업 끝. 좋아, 다 덤벼. 거긴 못 치겠는데요. 좋아, 다 덤벼.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 미네랄이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비
에너지가
끝났습니다.
부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 구성범을 완성.
작업 끝.
골리앗 가도
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. 좋아, 다 덤벼.
부속범을 완성.
준비 끝났습니다. 좋아, 다 덤벼.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 에너지가 부족합니다.
좋아, 다 덤벼. 준비 끝났습니다.
에너지가 부족합니다.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
에너지가 부족합니다. 에너지가 부족합니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 서플라이 디포가 공격받고 있습니다. 에너지가 부족합니다. 에너지가 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝. 작업 끝.
에너지가 부족합니다.
준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
I'm back home for a bit. I'm gonna go back soon. No, I haven't made a video yet.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had to come home because my family needed me.
SCB 준비 완료.
Otherwise, I would have stayed there longer. But now I'm gonna apply for like a longer period visa. So hopefully, I'll go back there for like a year or two.
SCB 준비 완료.
Is it? Well, Moonride, thank you. I appreciate the kind words, man.
준비 완료.
I'm sure at some point I'll lock in and do more, but I think, let's say I'll say that I feel like my time there early this year was like, let's say it was preliminary scouting. And the first the first 2 months were quite an adjustment period. And I think the second time around will be much smoother, and then I can kind of like I kind of know
디포가 부족합니다.
what to expect now. And so I kind of know I think I kind of know what I need to do this time around. And yeah. I'm working on basically getting... So I'm still eligible for a working holiday visa, so I'm just gonna apply for one of those. And they can last up to 2 years. So...
미네랄이
and it'll
부족합니다.
be much better than being there on like no visa basically, because I can be like a resident and
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
etc.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
Yeah, so that's the plan, man. So I think it was a bit rough, but I think I'm pretty hopeful about the second time around. I'll try and do more vlogs then for you, Moonrod. Just for you, man. Just for you. Dawn of War 4 with you? I'm not sure. Not sure I'm my guy.
건물 완성.
Hard maybe.
부속 건물 완성.
So I'll say this is a bit tricky because
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
it does seem tempting to want the counter expand very quickly, but you don't need to rush into it. Basically, I can just play knowing that Protoss can't be too aggressive here.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족합니다.
작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료.
For example, I don't need the eBay so early.
준비 끝났습니다. 준비
미네랄이
끝났습니다.
부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료. 끝.
And then we just focus on getting a nice macro going. See, he has obs too.
작업 끝.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 부속 건물 완성. 연구 완료.
Yeah, and this build is not gonna do much for him, to be honest.
SCB 준비 완료.
He basically has no pressure whatsoever.
준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. 우리 못 치겠는데요.
그곳에는 착륙할 수 없습니다.
SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료. 준비
서플라이
끝났습니다.
디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝.
업그레이드 완료.
Realistically, I think I can stop SCV production at 9 minutes.
베스핀 가스가 부족합니다.
SCB
베스핀
준비
가스가
완료.
부족합니다. 부속 건물 완성.
SCB 준비 완료. 작업 끝. SCB 준비 완료. 우리 못 치겠는데요. 작업 끝. 작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다.
업그레이드 완료.
준비 끝났습니다. 작업 끝.
서플라이 디포가 부족합니다. 업그레이드 베스핀 가스가 부족합니다.
작업 끝.
미네랄이 부족합니다. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝. 작업 끝. 준비 끝났습니다. 우와, 다 덤벼.
연구 완료. 서플라이 디포가 부족합니다.
작업 끝. 작업 끝.
에너지가 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다.
작업 끝. 작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
Oh, what the fuck? He has carriers?
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 에너지가 부족합니다.
Wait, I thought he was... I thought that was Arbiter Tech.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다.
기지가 공격받고 있습니다.
Well, I'm dead. I thought for sure that was Arbiters.
SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
준비 끝났습니다. SCB 준비 완료. SCB 준비 완료.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 인수인 가스가 부족합니다. 미네랄이 부족합니다. 에너지가 부족합니다.
SCB 준비 완료.
미네랄이 부족. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 미네랄이 공격받고 있습니다.
작업 끝. 작업 끝.
아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다. 아군이 공격받고 있습니다.
His build was so fucking retarded. What the fuck? His build was so fucking bad. I actually thought it was Arbiters. Oh my god, man. Wait, I scanned and I just didn't see. I thought... Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I hate myself so much, man. I just saw that. Oh, I didn't see the second Stargate. I should have clicked it. I just saw this and I didn't click this building, so I was like, I don't know. Why is he getting Reavers and stuff? If I just made Tank Goliath, it was unstoppable. That's whatever. Alright. That's it for me tonight. I'm pretty annoyed with myself. And there's no one to host. What are these people?
Yeah. Okay. I fucked that up a little.
No one streams anymore. I'll send you guys to this guy who's a bit psychotic.